good, everybody? Thanks for hopping on to my podcast. This is Jay with Real Talks Podcast, and I'm here with my very, very good friend and business mentor, James Zheng. How you doing, brother?
I am well better now that I'm on your show, Jay. I'm excited for today.
Dude, I've been waiting for you to be on my show. I know you're a very busy individual. You do a lot of different things, but I appreciate you hopping onto this podcast. I know you're traveling right now, so and still being on this show. So it says a lot about you and your commitment into your friends, your partners, and all of that stuff, man. But for our listeners, people that are watching this episode, would you like or would you care to introduce yourself to everybody and let us know who you are, what kind of industry you're in? Because I know you've been an entrepreneur for many, many years. So I'd love to highlight your background and how we could potentially inspire others.
Absolutely. Well, I'm somebody that if you told me that I'd be doing what I'm doing now, I'm now a speaker and a coach and a trainer. I draw many of all my principles of business from the Bible itself because I think that's the best book, personal development book in the world. But if you told me that in the beginning, Jay, I would not believe you because I grew up just like our background, right? Asian background, trying to be a medical doctor, something professional. Never thought about business, but just the way that life has worked out, have been able to find good mentors. I've been in the health and wellness business for the past 14 years, and
Wow.
I coach other people how to make money from their phone, specifically with products like these we might talk about later. And that's how
Yes.
we got connected. So I'm excited to know you, partner with you, and help others as well too.
I love it, man. And again, thank you so much for being here. I definitely believe you bring a lot of value. And in the industry that you're in, that you've been doing for 14 years, one of the biggest reasons for me why I decided to partner with you in this industry is because of not only the products were good, I'm using it myself, my family's using it as well, but it's more so because I believe in you. You're a man of faith, and I trusted in you. And people buy things because of not necessarily just the product itself or the services. It's more about the people, the person that's in front of you. And to me, that was one of the biggest reason why I did it. And but at the same time, like being a part of a newly launched nine figure, health and wellness company is like a win-win. So I definitely would love to highlight that during our episode today.
Oh, test, test. There you are. You broke up just a little bit. You said newly launched nine figure, and then you broke up a bit.
Oh, yeah. So no, I was saying that not only that, my partnership with you because I trust you and everything. What
Yeah.
I was also saying is it's great to be a pioneer in a newly launched nine-figure, health and wellness company like Partner Co.
Oh, yeah. It's a good time, man, for sure. Well, I'm
Yeah.
excited to be here today, Jay, and I'm all here for you, your audience. I know anybody that's listening to this, you're an entrepreneur that wants to make an impact, make an income, do something in a real way, pun intended. So I'm all for it. I'm excited.
Well, yeah, so I'll be asking you a lot of questions this time. I know you do a
Yeah.
lot of the hosting for us and inviting good, speakers, but so you mentioned, James, that you've been doing this for about 14 years in the industry, but what made you look into and really focus on, being an entrepreneur? I mean, your parents were probably, like wanting you to become a doctor, as you mentioned, right? And you
Mhm.
went to a completely different route. And uh,
Absolutely.
could you just explain like what had happened there and why you decided to go this route?
Most definitely. I was not looking for business, Jay. Um, I was looking for guidance, honestly. So I went down the
Gotcha.
traditional route. I was very academically smart. Like I took like 16 AP classes in high school, which mean nothing now,
Wow.
but even though I was going to UC Berkeley, right, quote unquote prestigious college, and I could study, I felt so unconfident and lost in life because I'm like, on paper, I look good, but in life, I didn't know anything about anything, right? Like, and that's what matters
Yeah.
more. And I'm sure anyone that's listening would agree that you can't take your title to the bank, your rank to the bank. You can't take your
Right.
degree anywhere. the things that matter in life, to build a great family, to build great finances, to build a great future. I was looking for something like that, Jay. So what happened was, try to find all, I guess that saying, love in the wrong places. I joined a fraternity, which was cool, but that's strong. There was kind of some limitations there, and through the fraternity, one of the colleagues there, he introduced me to network marketing, so the business I've been part of. Um, I thought it was a scam, pyramid, all that, but I eventually met someone that would become my mentor. And this is what I said. I said, I might not understand this business, but if I could just be around better people, then maybe my life could be better. And Jay, I think that's the biggest thing about podcasts, like what you're doing, is that we're give people those opportunities to have closer association with people that they want to be like, because we do become like the nine best friends around us. So my entry was because I was
Right.
just looking for mentors, and it happened to be in a business like this.
Gotcha. And I mean, you haven't looked back ever since you've started. And
Yeah,
um, a lot of people either don't know what network marketing is, and the people
yeah,
that do know have like kind of like have a negative stigma about it. For me
yeah,
personally, I never felt from the get go as a business, advisor, studying
yeah,
different businesses, different industries and niches. Um, Once I learned a little bit more about network marketing, I personally didn't think it was something negative. I thought it was a great business model.
yeah,
And the people that have been saying that it's a pyramid scheme. So if you look at all businesses, companies, organizations, and even in the military, there's always going to be a hierarchy. You have your
ex-
commanding officer or your CEO, then you have your directors, your managers, and the rest of the staff, and everybody else should be carrying their weight in order to bring more, business and revenue to the company or to the organization or whatever that mission is.
yeah,
And essentially, network marketing is the same exact thing, right? So, what are your
exactly.
thoughts on that?
I totally thought that network marketing was not only a pyramid scheme in the beginning, I actually thought it was illegal,
Wow.
immoral, and unethical.
Wow.
Like, I was one of those people, Jay, that if you were looking at a network marketing business, I'd be one of those to steal you away and be like, yo, you got to get out of this thing. And it was just because I was not educated. And I think for the audience, in
Right.
anything in life, if you want to do well in life and in business, one of the biggest principles I've learned is, take other people's opinions with a grain of salt and go do your own
Mhm.
homework, go do your own
Right.
research, because everyone has an opinion. There's a saying that opinions are like butts. We all have them and we don't think that they stink. I don't know if that's something that you
Right.
can say on
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. We keep it real on this
We keep
podcast, baby. Let's go.
it super real, right? Yeah. And when I started to look into it, so you have to then actually do the research. And I encourage
Right.
anybody, be an open-minded skeptic. So I looked it up, I did the studies, I did the research, and to make it very simple, network marketing is, first of all, legal. It's a business model, just like a franchise or anything.
Right.
And all it is the company, just like any business, they have manufacturing, they have distribution, they have marketing, they have to produce something, sell something, right? All network marketing is instead of hiring salespeople and marketers to sell the product,
Hmm.
they
Yeah.
give that part out just like a franchise, like McDonald's, and they allow a franchise opportunity virtually for people to partner with the company, sell and promote the product, and if they want to, build a team of people to sell the product as well too, earn some overrides there as well. And that's all network marketing is,
Right.
you know? Yeah. So
It's
let me tell
it's
you though
actually
what
yeah. Go.
I'll go for it.
No, no, go for it.
So
No, you're
this is what, when most people say, ew, I don't like network marketing, this is typically what I found that they think, and this is what I thought. Oh, it's one of those Amway things where you spend a lot of money, you get a lot of product that you can never sell, you're hounding down your friends and family to make money off of them. The person on top makes everything, and it's like not fun. You lose friends. And I tell
mm,
people, in anything in life, any business, if you do it improperly, if you do it unprofessionally, that's going to happen as well too. Think about the used car salesperson analogy. I know one of your mentors, Grant
Right.
Cardone, he made his fortune in car sales, right? I think that was his main business, right?
He started as a used car salesman. He definitely went down to the wrong path, drugs, wrong
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
and looking for love, as mentioned, in the wrong places. But
yeah,
yeah, he started in the used car dealership and then grew from there.
yeah. And it's not that used cars are bad. I like to buy a used car. I think it's
Yeah,
smart. It's just
me
that
too. It's
notion.
smart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's I think a lot of wealthy people, by the way, I thought wealthy people just buy new cash all the time, and it's not exactly always true. Yes. Oh
no,
my
no.
god.
Even buying exotic vehicle, James, and that's a
Yep.
whole nother topic. I'm learning all of these wealthy people are just leveraging that. And
Yep.
if you buy smart, you could drive a Lamborghini or a Bentley for about a year to 2 years and
Yep.
either make money
Yep.
afterwards or pay towards the end. And you've probably only spent like you were driving a Honda Accord. Like,
So true.
it's crazy, but I'll definitely
So
touch base on that later. Yeah, but yeah,
oh my god. Best kept secret. I We'll get into that. I have a story on that as well too. But
yeah. Oh,
anywho, back
yeah.
to
I'd
network
love to
marketing.
talk about that. Yeah.
Oh, let's go, man. I love top of course. But yeah, but network marketing. So there's a connotation, but if you just look at the
Hmm.
business itself, that's why even for you, any person that knows network marketing as a business will know it's genius because low risk, high
Yes.
capital, high leverage, scaling. You don't have employees, like all these types of things. And where else can you have a business for maybe a couple hundred or a couple $1,000s that can make you
Right.
five, even seven figures, right? So, anywho,
Right.
it's fine.
And I do want to give you a follow up on that. I've learned and studied and launched my own businesses, right?
Yeah,
With, for example, my recruiting agency, which has been tremendously successful so far.
yeah,
Thank the Lord on that. It's a huge investment. I spent
yeah,
a lot of money right off the bat. Um, over, I'd say about 15,000 at the time to just
yeah,
get everything started, situated, and all of that stuff with zero like guarantees that it's gonna work. But
yeah,
that's why I found out about network marketing, as you mentioned, like low risk, like low overhead, actually no overhead for the most part, because you're only representing the company and sharing it to others. If they purchase, then you get a huge, commission.
yeah,
And then you can also grow your team, right? And
yep,
so, and the team that you grow, you're not paying them as a
yeah.
W-2 employee. And
It's huge.
in a business, it's to be an entrepreneur, to launch your own business, it's going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars with zero guarantees. And to get
Hmm.
into, this industry, why I thought it was such a great business plan is that if you want to get a feel of entrepreneurship and maybe even just do it as a part-time, part-time side hustle, if you could say that, you could essentially make a decent amount of revenue from it,
Yeah,
income.
so true. It's absolutely true. I mean, and just to be real on the opposite side. So why is it that if network marketing is so great, that there's all this negativity? And this is for anybody that if
Yeah.
you've considered network marketing, you are currently in network marketing, I think there's an importance that we do things properly. And the issue
Right.
is because it's such a low entry point, it's too cheap that anybody can join. And because of that, and many times there's
Yes.
not good training depending on the company or the team that you join. If you're gonna do network marketing, do it properly, do it professionally. This is what I said, Jay. When I finally, in
Yeah.
the very beginning, 19 years old, when I finally understood network marketing and I was about to make the decision to say, I'm going to start this out as a business, I never thought I'd make any money at all. I'm just like, I'm just going to start this, right? This is what I said under my breath. And to this day, these are my ethics. I said, I'm going to do this professionally, morally, and ethically right. And if all of us did that in network marketing, then it's
Yes.
going to be so much better. I think that's the big issue there.
Yes, and you're absolutely right. You kind of talked about like the one of the key things also in business, like when you have an offer, like for me as a business advisor and a coach, I have different offers. And
Yeah.
if you price it down way too low, then there's a lot more people that are gonna gravitate towards that, and some of these people may not be the one who's a right fit, right?
Yeah.
And because of that fact, that maybe they're not too serious and they say, oh no, that doesn't work or it's bad or it's a pyramid scheme. But
Yep.
not just in network marketing, also in business. And I definitely see that. I studied a little bit more about network marketing, and I know you, your wife as well, Becky's the same way. Is you're a go giver. You do it ethically and with integrity, and I'm the same way.
Hmm.
I feel like we're transparent enough that you do what's right, and with a vision of helping others, you'll succeed regardless. And just you stick with the path and the blueprint, and you'll be fine. I think it's those people that are just not committed into it that probably have a negative stigma about it, in my
Yep.
opinion.
Yeah. Oh, you put it so
But
well. It's
yeah,
in Think and Grow Rich, right? Napoleon Hill, he has a chapter about specialized knowledge. And this is the big lie in society. We're told, get a lot
yeah,
of information, right? That's what education is. Um, but one part in that says that free education is like the worst education that you can get. And it's like this wrong mindset.
right.
You got to be willing to go find it, pay for it. And like what you said, those that are willing to invest in themselves, they tend to do better. And
Hmm.
you have to have some skin in the game. So I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. You mentioned about the education piece, and you also talked about the book, Grow and Think. Grow. Sorry, my thing went on. My apologies, but I was saying, paying for education, right? Personal and professional growth. Like I'm not afraid to do that now because I learned
Yeah.
the value that it can bring for you.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm working with this billionaire, not Grant Cardone. He's my
Mm.
business mentor, but Manny Koshbin. He's another immigrant from
Yeah.
Iran and came to Southern California with nothing. And now he's a multi-billionaire, created wealth through commercial real estate, and he's
Yeah.
got the most luxurious vehicle collection, by the way, $1 million cars. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I paid $25,000 to get mentored by him on
Yeah.
commercial real estate, and
Mm.
most people are going to tell you, "Oh, that's like, why would you do that? You can get free education on YouTube." But
Right.
yeah, YouTube can give you some information. Absolutely, I hop on YouTube often and learn some
Mm.
stuff, but it doesn't give you an exact blueprint. It gives you an idea per se, maybe like a big picture type, but like the
Yeah.
exact same blueprint is what you really need. That's why to me, like, paid mentorship is very very important, which I know you do coach as well,
Yeah.
in network marketing also, and then obviously in life. But you spoke about a book, or Napoleon Dynamite wrote that book, Think and Grow Rich. But I'd
Yeah.
love to highlight your book and why you created that book. So can you tell
Oh,
us a little
thank
bit about that?
For sure. I got it here actually. And on that note, there's that saying, people that pay attention. I wrote this book. It's called The
Yes, sir.
Miraculous Breakthrough. And I'm a person of faith. And I think
Yeah.
for most people, especially for an entrepreneur, it's kind of hard to do entrepreneurship without faith. And now maybe
Yes.
that's I'm Christian myself. Maybe that's you have a certain type of faith background, or you have faith in yourself, or there's something you have to understand. There's like more than meets the eye, right? So what ended up
Right.
happening, Jason, I'm also very practical. Like I need things to do right now. I'm very like analytical as well. So I was in a time in my life and in my business where I don't know if anyone in the audience would relate, but have you had a time where you needed not just a breakthrough, but a miracle? Like things looked
Yeah.
impossible. Your business, you needed to boom because of certain deadlines, urgency, whatever, and you just need it to happen, or something catastrophic happens in your life, and you're like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? That's where we're at. So we were closing on a
Yeah.
home. dream home, right? So, entrepreneurship, Think
Amazing.
and Grow Rich talks about, burning desires. We had that. And the craziest thing happened, Jay. So, number one, so we're going for this home. It was already out of our price range. Um, and this home meant a lot because in our story, we built our first business, we lost it all. We lost our home, we lost everything. So, we had that dream again of getting another home. And we finally found that one. As we were moving towards that target, number one, our down payment was gone in a day. One day I wake up,
Hmm.
cryptocurrency gone bad. I've never seen that much money fly away ever. I'm like,
Oh
wow,
man.
that was crazy. I'm like, okay, but okay, one shot is okay, right, Jay? Have you ever, like we can take a beating, right? Like, but have you had those times when it's like, all right, you took one hit here, one hit there. You could take those individually, but when you just have that straw that breaks the camel's back, you know what I'm talking about, and then you crumble.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So the first one was okay, and then we're like, but we still got our business, right? Entrepreneurs, we can always make more money. So
Right.
then we find out that our company, network marketing is great if you have the right partnership with the right company. Our company,
Right.
we found out because there was some shady stuff going on the corporate side, and they spent the company into bankruptcy, was filing bankruptcy. So our business we had built
Wow.
for a decade was about to be gone. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is
Wow.
crazy. Oh man. And it
Yeah.
was just
Wow.
tried working harder. I tried doing everything. I couldn't figure it out. And what ended up happening was I just asked God, I'm like, what do I need to do? Right. And if you're a person of prayer, isn't it interesting that typically prayer is like the last resort thing, but maybe it should be the first resort, right? And this is what happened, Jay. So, fortunately, the company got bought out. We were okay on that side. We're in Tahiti, company incentive trip. I'm sitting next to the new owner of this company, who's
Hmm.
awesome. Over dinner, I hear an earshot. He mentioned doing a water only fast. Have you ever done a water only fast, Jay?
I have not. I mean, well, I guess I did fasting for 48 hours at most,
Oh,
but
nice. Yeah, yeah.
I had coffee in the
Yeah,
morning,
that's fine.
but
Yeah, yeah,
liquid
yeah.
fast, yeah.
Yeah, liquid
But yeah.
fast, exactly. So fasting is a powerful principle. But he mentioned this water only fast. If you're a student of the Bible or even any spiritual circle, right? Even Mahatma Gandhi, he's
Hmm.
done multiple fasts, for example, in his peace strikes and everything. But in the Bible, there's many fasts. And I heard
Right.
that I'm like, maybe I should look into this. And I did a lot of research on fasting. Did you know, Jay? Not only is fasting spiritually beneficial, but actually healthy for you. Like
Right.
there are doctors that when you have cancer, they will walk you through a water only fast, and fasting can kill cancer. Like it's nuts. So
Wow, that I did not know.
yeah,
I've done fasting in the past. The most I was able to do was 48 hours, but maybe because I've never really thought about going past that. But I will
nice.
tell
Yeah.
you, I'd say after even just like 18-hour of fasting, initially like it was hard, it was difficult, but um, my mind has always been cloudy. That mind
Mm,
fog has always been there, and I used to
mhm.
get freaking headaches before too. I think I mentioned that
Yeah.
in one of our calls, but I definitely feel like the spiritual side, and I get a super amazing clarity. It's like a 4K, screen after I started experiencing all of those stuff, and it's just been amazing. And I definitely got to get back into that. But sorry, I had to
No worries. No, no,
mention
no.
that
That's
as well.
You described it so well in page 34 of this book. I have a cool chart of like what
Hmm.
happens to your body hour by hour with fasting. Get this,
Wow.
actually, 18. So that mental brain fog that you have spiritually, there's many benefits, of course. We can talk about that, but just physically, right? The
Yeah.
entrepreneur maybe want like a practical thing. Did you know that 18 to 24 hours of fasting, ketosis begins, and that's when you
Right.
use fat bodies. So when you
Right.
start to
Right.
burn fat, then you actually get a lot of brain clarity, and the mental fog does go away, right? So
Right.
uh, I ended up doing a 7 day water only fast, and it
Wow.
changed my life. Number one, it was actually way easier than expected. I love food. I'm like,
Really?
oh, oh yeah. It was
Eh,
like Your
I love
hunger
it. Yeah.
hormones, did you know that after a day or two, your hunger hormones actually go down and you just don't get hungry anymore? Like you're just
Right.
not hungry. Like I could sit there with a steak in front of me and not eat. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. You know?
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
on a spiritual standpoint and a psychological standpoint, fasting is powerful because entrepreneurs, it's a mind thing, right? Like to make money, it's a
Hmm.
creative type of thing. When you starve your body, you feed your spirit. And that's what fasting really does. Clarity, ideas, connection with God, and just that's why people fast. And 7 days in, I had five prayers I was looking for: business ideas, financial breakthrough, different types of things. All of them got answered. It felt like I was in Neo from the Matrix, bro. I took the red
Yeah.
pill. Wow, my gosh. And it changed my life. One of those things was I wasn't expecting to write a book, but I felt God telling me, you got to write this down and share this idea. And 10 days later, I came
Wow.
up with the first draft. I've self published it for the first time. And I have seen, Jay, people birth multi-million-dollar business ideas by implementing these principles, addictions
Oh
broken,
man.
all types of
Yeah.
things. So anywho, it's been nuts.
You know what? I don't know why I never asked you where I could buy that book because
Yeah,
I definitely would love to have one. I was I was gonna wait till I see you in person next month, which
yeah,
we'll also discuss PXP
sure.
23. But where can people purchase the book
Yeah.
to kind of learn more about that?
For sure. I would go to the website miraculousbreakthroughformula.com. So miraculousbreakthroughformula.com. You can get it on Amazon, but it's cheaper on the website. And when you buy
Gotcha.
it, actually, I do a lot of, I give a ton of free content to anyone that buys the
Nice.
book. So you're going to like that a lot. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, definitely gonna purchase one and try to apply it. I say try because it's 7 days. I've never done anything past 48, but you know what? I'm gonna read the book and learn the benefits of doing the 7 day fast, and
Yeah.
then we'll go from there. But
And try just a
also,
couple of days, even, so you
yeah,
never, yeah,
yeah, I definitely see great benefits of fasting. So it'll be interesting to see if how long I could last, but
yeah,
to do a 7 day fast. But I
yeah.
think it's good to cleanse my body, my mind, my spirit,
Mhm.
and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, it kind of leads to my um, to my book too. I don't know if I told you I have been writing a book all year on how to start a business and scale it, and I'm at the very end of finishing, the final touches, and I'm working with an editor as well to help me make sure my everything is done right, and all those
Yes.
things. But um, how
Wow.
like I know you're currently doing some updates on your book too, right? Is that
I
is that
am.
right? Like, are
Yes.
you doing some kind of what are
Yeah.
you doing on that?
So this book was this is meant to be a quick read, like a quick thing, like a to-do type of
Yeah,
thing. One of the miracles that
yeah,
happened here. Now, first of all, I'm not a biblical scholar. I'm a first-time author, right? So, and you know how the writing process is like. I have mad respect for anyone that even thinks about writing a book. It's like, oh my gosh, the whole thing.
right.
Um, along the journey, it was a whole God story in itself. I connected with somebody also within our business who happened to be highly connected in the Christian publishing space. And she said, you know
Wow.
what? I know imagine you're in Hollywood and you were able to work, you're an actor and you're able to work with the A-list agent that works with like Tom Cruise or The Rock, right? Like these types of people.
Right.
In the Christian publishing space, Teresa is her name, is that person. And she's connected with all the Christian publishers around the world, deals with big, big names and everything. And I ended up connecting with this literary agent, and she ended up saying, "You know what? I'm going to take a chance on you, and let's see what we can do with
Wow.
this." So it was amazing. Like praise God on that for sure.
Wow.
So I just finished actually the proposal for making this like a traditionally published type of book, and we're going to expand it like crazy. So I'm going to go deeper into the science and so many different things, and yeah, pray for that. We'll see what happens. So it'll be fun.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Definitely, I'm interested to see where it's gonna take you, man. But and this opportunity didn't come without you writing this book first, right? And so it opened up other doors and all that stuff. But super, super cool. But I want to move on to our next topic that I'd like to kind of highlight. PXP 23 is
Oh my
the first of its kind, right? With this
God.
company. So
Mhm.
I know you've been behind the scenes with corporate and all that stuff with Partner Co.
Yeah,
And could you talk a little bit more of like what we should expect from this event?
absolutely. So let's say you're somebody that's you're entrepreneurial and you're always looking for the next opportunities. And I'm sure, yeah, I wonder if it's been said in your circles too, Jay. But I think there's a big wealth shift. It's happened, but it's still happening. Recession, inflation,
Yes,
right? There's things happening, and entrepreneurs that are able to solve problems are going to be able to compress time frames in this upcoming decade. Whether
right.
that's commercial real estate or business as a whole, anyone that can solve problems, you're going to do well,
Let let me
right?
let me kind of piggyback on that.
Yeah.
I apologize, but
Nice.
yeah, you're absolutely right. To my business mentors, Grant and Brandon Dawson, have been talking about this next shift with
Mm,
the market shift, and same thing with Manny Koshbin, who's also a billionaire and has
mhm.
been talking about that over the past few months. So yeah, go ahead.
They know. Network marketing booms during recessions because what happens is this:
Ah,
people that traditionally, like let's say, mortgage industry or people in tech,
mhm,
or just, there's layoffs that happen, things like that. People that typically think that, they're financially good, shifts happen and they start looking for other opportunities. And network
right.
marketing is a super viable way to do that. So
Yeah.
any single time there is a recession, it booms. So if you're looking for another opportunity, whether a full-time thing or most people it's a side type of thing, and you want a way to be able to recession proof yourself and come out financially for you and your family during this time, and you're seriously looking at something, I'd highly consider a network marketing business. So that's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, though, to your question, is then what company should I choose? What matters? And you want to position yourself correctly. You want to position yourself with a company with products that are good. These skinny drops, for example, you use them, JJ. You look good, by the
Yes.
way. How much
Thank
did you
you.
lose?
I've lost about 15 right now, and I I kind of stopped for now.
Yeah.
But I do feel great because I'm taking noni juice,
Oh,
this,
man.
and yeah, it's been great. But I definitely want to restart it again. So just
Yeah.
kind of get me back. I think I'm gonna try to get to like 160. But go
Oh,
ahead.
baby. You're looking good, man. So, you want to have products that can be good when it comes to good
Yes.
business. But also, what's important is as a partnership, right? Like, you can be really good at what you do in business, marketing, promoting. In any business, there's the same essential skill sets, right? It doesn't matter what it's in.
Right.
But in network marketing, the X factor is choosing the right company at also the right
Yes.
time as well too. Companies go through momentum spikes. And momentum is this: when you're doing the same amount of work, but just because of timing, your production, your income just skyrockets just like that. Like imagine you did the same work, you 5x your income. So
Right.
we all want to be a part of things like that, right? But how do you know what to pick? And what's the right one? There's like 10,000 plus network marketing businesses in the world, by the way, companies. PXP 2023 is the first event that this company that just relaunched 6 months ago is coming out of the closet saying, this is who we are. And the world is going to see what Partner Co is. And what the
Yeah.
best way to describe it is they're going to feel the culture. And this is why
Nice. Yeah.
10x does well, doesn't it, Jay? Like the reason why
Hmm.
10x does well, obviously there's strong entrepreneurs and everything, but it's a movement, it's a culture, it's
Right.
a people want to be a part of this thing, right? Like that's the thing.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
that's what PXP 2023 is, to be at the start of that movement and to be able to grow with it.
Amazing.
So, September 15th to 17th in Orlando, Florida. If you have an ounce of entrepreneurial blood in you and you want to have a chance to see what that's all about, definitely come if there's still tickets left by then, but it's going to be awesome.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that's gonna sell out a lot sooner,
Oh,
and
yeah.
but I'm very excited. I actually picked up my ticket way in advance, so looking
Nice.
forward to seeing everybody in the Warrior Movement family and meeting you in person and Becky and yeah, it's gonna be a great time. I'm actually gonna be in Miami that week already for
Oh,
my
nice.
business coaching. Yeah, we have a business coaching mastermind, and I'll also be attending a leadership workshop in Miami. And then
Oh,
from
nice.
there, I'm going to be flying to Orlando and be with you guys. And it's going to
Yeah.
be a party, man. I got
Oh,
to bring
seriously.
my
That's
Hollywood theme, suits
yes.
and all that stuff.
Yes, yes. And that's the most fun thing I think about network marketing. It's kind of different from other businesses. Most businesses, you're kind of by yourself, like depending
Right.
on the business, and which is great. But network marketing is like I don't, it is a business, but it's a whole, you're a part of a family and you just all support each
Yeah.
other. And like, it's like you make friends and family around the world and somehow you make money. It's like, it's kind of cool how that works.
Yeah. And one of the things I do love about being a part of the warrior movement, the group that you are leading, is that everybody are authentic. Everybody's like faith based, support each other, regardless, of where what stage we're at of being a part of the company. And I definitely I'm very excited to keep growing with everybody and keep learning from you as well on this business on this industry. And my one of my biggest goal is I mentioned to you in the past is that when you were in the military, when you're serving, we're decent, we have a roof over our head, we can provide food on the table for our family, but you don't create wealth. And
Mm,
for 21 years, I did that for the Navy and loved it. Very, very proud of what I've done.
yeah.
But, I couldn't really you couldn't really create generational wealth unless you go outside of that. And so
Yeah.
for me, I started learning about, real estate and investing. So that's how I got my feet wet and while I was still on active duty. But as a true
Mhm.
entrepreneur, I didn't really start until like 2021, at the end of 2021. And it's been amazing ever since then. But one of my goals as being a part of the Warrior Movement and Partner Co is to help other veterans, active duty service members, or reserves and educate them that, while
Mm,
you're still on active duty or even as a veteran, like you could be an entrepreneur, whether you want to do it as a part time or a full time, and not
yeah.
necessarily have to spend a lot of money into your own business. And that's one of my biggest goal as to
Mm,
why I also been a part of this is to help educate others that there are opportunity in this because I strongly believe that it could be a life changer for the right person. And
abs-
I'll continue to share stories and hopefully influence others that we could certainly be wealthy and be more than comfortable
yeah.
in this opportunity that we have at Partner Co.
Absolutely. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your heart for things. It's so needed. And that's really what we do. We sell hope,
Yeah.
right? Like regardless of what it is in
Yes.
life, if you want to do well, if you find a way to serve the many, then service to many leads to greatness. So whether that's in
Yeah.
coaching, whether that's in network marketing or in real, it doesn't matter. Just
Yes.
just find
It,
something, but focus on other people, and it always figures itself out.
yes. 100%. I love that you mentioned that. It doesn't matter whether, yeah, you're right, whether in your network marketing or in my other role as a business, a coach and advisor, as long as your true drive is to help others, everything else will come and you'll be successful. I think the universe has a great way of giving
Mhm.
back to you what you provide. So that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome, man. But yeah, if for our viewers, James, where would they
Yeah.
be able to find you, or if somebody who is interested upon hearing more about network marketing and what we're doing here at Partner Co, like where would people be able to find you?
Yeah, so the name is the same across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's James C. Zheng, Zheng, and feel free to connect and follow along. I put out a lot of things because I'm committed to helping entrepreneurs be able to understand just how to succeed as a whole. So be an honor to connect.
Very, very awesome, James. And last parting words for our viewers. Anything that you want to say to either influence or inspire others, or just any parting message to our viewers?
I believe entrepreneurship is one of the greatest challenges, but the most rewarding things that anybody could do in this life. Because we're meant to be in this life not to sit back, relax, and sip on a pina colada and just chill through life. Talk to anybody that's quote unquote retired and they're bored out of their mind. You were created to create, you were created to connect, you're created to contribute. And there's no better way that I've seen for that to happen in an entrepreneurial endeavor. So whether it's for the money will come, but it's the personal growth journey in business that's just never ending. You're never stopping to
Right.
learn. So if you felt lost or if you felt like you're kind of not moving forward or growing, step into entrepreneurship, follow great people like Jay, and just continue to learn and put it into action. Make it a fun game. And the world needs more entrepreneurs or problem solvers as a whole. And just watch how life changes.
Yes. Amazing message, man. Again, James, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know you're in business travel out there in Austin, Texas, and I definitely wish you safe travels back. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in person next month. And to our viewers who stayed tuned all throughout this entire episode, I appreciate you hanging on, and I hope we were able to inspire you and give you some good nuggets in this episode. If you do like this for more content, I definitely encourage you to follow, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you at the next episode. Other than that, thanks so much, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.